Yeah, let me start the music. Where's the music at? I got it here, right here.
Boys and girls of all ages, are you ready to kayfabe?
Oh yeah, I am the queen of the World Wrestling Federation.
Talk about your songs, talk about John 316. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I've been hanging out the garden beat with my main sweet deep. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic and Hercules. This is where the power lies. Fuck Hoboken, 46. How many WBC rivals? Saudia Arabia, Saudia Arabia, Thai Forest, Tokyo Dome, Terrango, German. Fuck all of you. You know, poor people who don't like AEW.
That's all kayfabe.
Yeah, that's all. That's all kayfabe, everyone. That's the music, and we're starting. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing great today. How you doing today, Gabe?
I'm doing good, man. Happy New Year, 2025, man. We made another depressing year where we can't afford anything. Grocery prices are just going to keep going up, and gas prices are fixed. Don't let anybody else fool you. I witnessed
Are
it
they?
in real life. I believe so, man. It's ridiculous. It's like they'll be going low, like 250, then 230, and then just back up to 280 the next day. I'm like, I don't know who's deciding this shit, but somebody needs to get their ass beat.
Oh yeah, I imagine there needs to be an ass beating somewhere,
Mhm.
in the government or the state for fucking gas prices.
I think I made it a New Year's resolution to beat somebody's ass this year. No, I'm just kidding. My my New Year's resolution is to just do more parlays.
Hell yeah, man. That's
Mm.
that's an easy one to accomplish. Yeah.
did you make any New Year's resolution? Or let me ask, did you do anything for New Year's?
We just say brisket and then like watch the fireworks outside because as much as we know in this town where it says fireworks is illegal, everyone pops fireworks in the
Oh
fucking
yeah.
city. So it wasn't like hard to see a show outside our own backyard, and it was nice, you know. I think we
Hmm.
bought like some sparklers, but I don't really at this age I'm like I used to love fireworks as a kid. At this age I'm like I might as well just burn money, you know.
Ah man. I feel you on that, but to me, I still love fireworks.
You're still young
I
though. You're still young.
You think so? Man, this is the year
Yeah.
I turned 30, man. It's like I'm feeling it creep up on me. My back's been like 45 for the past 2 years.
I think the age is like 33 when I 32 or 33 when it hit me when I was like, man, I'm old. Like I swear before then I could like do fucking Jack Black flips like a big black dude. Oh my god. A big black dude big Jack Black dude. I mean, big black dudes like Zion or whatever fucking jump up and shit, but their knees are gonna feel it later on in life. But like Jack Black, I could do fucking flips and shit, you know, and not feel anything.
Oh,
Yeah, do crazy
ooh.
shit like little, you know, and then it happened like at 33 where I like fell at a Walgreens and just ate shit and it like hurt me for days where I was like, what the fuck happened? Like I felt sore in every part of my body, you know?
Ugh. I think for me, I think it was just recently, like the past few months, because I got switched departments in my job, and like the guys I work with, they're cool, but whenever I tell, like they talk more about being Gen Zers and millennials more than anybody else ever heard of in my life. And I'm like, bro, how old are you? They're like 22. I'm like, oh my god, dude. They're like, man, like this is good old days, man. Like with the music that plays, it's like Jason Derulo. I'm not like, dude, Jason Derulo fucking sucks, man. What are you talking about? And then the other coworker I work with, he's like, oh yeah, I just turned 24. I'm like, fucking shit, dude. Like legit, y'all were born after 9/11. Like that blows my mind.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And they're just jamming. Here, check out this song. Hey, I got a clock in my eye.
Oh my god. I hate that, man. I like the original song. But yeah, it's like this year made me feel like, or I'm sorry, last year, within the past few months, it made me realize, man, I'm getting fucking older. And it's like I do stretches and everything, but it's like I'll be doing something so simple like doing my laundry, and then I feel a pinch in my back, like, oh fuck, I can't move. And if I do, I'll fuck myself up for like weeks, and I'm not gonna risk that shit.
And you just don't move for the rest of your life.
I know, man. I'm scared. I'm scared it's gonna happen.
It will, but not now.
Not now. We got a podcast to do.
No, I implore you to reconsider.
Okay.
I'm gonna love that movie.
Oh man, it's a great movie, man. Fantastic. I'm so glad we reviewed it.
Yeah, no, that'll come out not this next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We already recorded a couple with Mint, so I've already got like thumbnails made and shit. Like I did it all like in a couple of hours. Thumbnails and edit them too to have like the music in them and shit like that. I don't know why I don't play it at the beginning, but I'm lazy with that.
Hey man, it's your podcast. You do whatever you want to do. It doesn't bug me at all.
I was gonna ask you. You said you had some news about Wrestle Kingdom and new 5 stars Tokyo Dome, right?
Yeah, 5-star Tokyo Dome. So I forget we're a wrestling podcast. As of recording this podcast, this episode, we're recording on Sunday, the 5th of January. The Wrestle Kingdom and I believe Wrestle Dynasty for New Japan Pro Wrestling just happened. And I know it's like the memes and everything that like, oh, 5-star Tokyo Dome, haha, like, oh, Dave Meltzer's so funny. But man, it's like if it wasn't for like the time discrepancies, I would totally watch it live because it's some of the best wrestling like you will see. It's like, like the cultural differences, like more hard hitting and shit. Like everyone's breaking their fucking necks or kneecaps, like for a pile driver and shit like that. It just looks
The
super
crowd's
painful.
different too, right? The crowd, like they're silent.
It's like a crescendo. Like it starts off right, like very quiet because you hear like the footsteps, the foot stomps, like the ring moving, and then like they do the lockup, and then like they go up to the ropes, and then the ref breaks them up, and then they back up, and then the crowd just starts clapping. It's so interesting. Like it's very, it's cool that it's different. Like it's
like a concert or like a classical music concert. I
like
think.
legit. It's a legit a performance, and it's like this. Like with like a concert, it reaches like this crescendo, like crowds go, oh, like start reacting to it, but they don't do like stupid chants like Americans do, or like like
got it.
or like the British do, like la 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 la. It's like
Ole,
they do
ole,
the
ole, ole,
yeah
ole, 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 ole.
with the flag like this jumping up,
Yeah.
looking down. It's just a basic one. Like if Okada's wrestling, Okada, like chanting like that, or Tanahashi's wrestling, Tanahashi. Like it's just like the three. They try to make it like 3 syllables. But dude, when that crowd gets into it, like they get into it. It's so crazy. I remember WWE had an event a long time ago, and it was Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor, where they were both in NXT for the NXT Championship, and Finn Balor won. And like everyone's sitting down, and as soon as he won, they get up and they fucking rush the gates, like crowded up against each other. It's such a crazy visual. Like it's a nice difference in like as far as like crowds and stuff. But back to Wrestle Kingdom. The matches that I did see were pretty fucking great. Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd, like 33 minutes, and just them beating the fucking shit out of each other. I could put Kenny Omega as one of the best in the world. I know it's like so stupid. I sound like Dave Meltzer, but I legit do believe it. Like he is so great, especially for his age. The news I wanted to tell you was they were having a match. I think it was a main event match. I'm not too sure, but Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa
Mm-hmm.
for a winner take all the belts, and they're both double champions. I just want to give you the good news that
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
Mercedes Moné now has 4 championship titles.
Okay, I wonder how she. Obviously she booked that, but I wonder how she was able to fucking book that over there. Shit.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know, but supposedly, like their match was like 14 minutes, and people are upset because like not even against like Mina, but more like Monet is like, how was she able to get a main event spot with a match that was not as good as the other women's match? And I was like, I didn't get to see the other women's match. I don't know if that was like Wrestle Kingdom or Wrestle Dynasty because they had it like back to back. But yeah, she has 4 championship titles now.
Oh,
Let me look up what belt she has.
Did you watch the match though? Like, or do you just know that she won the belts?
I just know that she won. I didn't get to see the
Okay.
match. Mercedes.
So you're just hearing that. Like, is there any positivity about it, or is it just like, oh, the other match was better? Like they're just comparing it to the other women's match.
Yeah, they're just comparing it to the other women's match.
Man,
Let
I
me
don't know
see.
if that's them just like the haters just hating, or maybe the other women's match did put on a better clinic than Mercedes, because I don't know, Mercedes has just been. It depends on the person she's working with. Like we said, the Chris Statlander one had good reviews, right? And we reviewed it pretty well.
Oh, that one was fantastic. But
She
it's
had a
like
good
Chris
partner.
Statlander. Yeah, Chris Statlander is a great wrestler, great performer. And that match was just fucking awesome in general. This is according to medium.com for New Japan Pro Wrestling. On January 5th at Wrestle Dynasty in the Tokyo Dome, her perp 5 stars, Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa faced off in a high stakes match for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship and RPW Undisputed British Women's Championship, with both titles on the line to crown a double champion. And yeah, so now she has 4 titles. I guess good for her. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it. 'Cause it's ever since she said the whole creative control thing, it's like it's put a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you could tell, of course, you're gonna book yourself to win a lot, but she doesn't even, when she does like perform or whatever you want to call it, she doesn't like show up. It's all depending on the person she's wrestling that is able to show her. And it's she's not like she's not like Bret Hart that could wrestle, what was it, wrestle Broom and fucking put on a 5-star match. Like she fucking, I don't know, she really needs a good person in there with her to put on a good match. And the only match she's really put on where she had a good person with was Statlander. And I don't know, maybe this match was good, but it's still like you said, like the sour taste with her like being so obvious and let everyone know, oh yeah, I have creative control. And it's like, well shit, I knew who's gonna win every time, unless I don't know, unless there is a surprise somewhere where she does lose because she's being booked by another company. But I highly doubt she's even gonna wrestle that match, or it's gonna be a screwy finish.
So I don't know if you could tell, but this is from her Instagram reels, Mercedes Moné. So the belts she has now are the TBS Championship, well, the ones that she have, and then the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship, the Rev Pro Women's Championship belt, which is a company in the UK, and then this other one called Queen of Southside. But that's the one that Mina had. Mina had 2 belts. And yeah, so now she has 4 belts. Congratulations to her. But it's like, I don't know, that Queen of Southside belts looks kind of cheap. It's like, I made that in my house. I can make that right now if I wanted to.
She needs more pants if she's gonna have that many belts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mercedes Moné is the new queen of all the gold, and then they have her with the picture with holding all the gold.
It's like, hey, I got a clap on her
17 shots,
Instagram.
138. Yeah,
I guess I mean I don't know. I have nothing against her having all the belts, but she's not like good enough, you know. Like she hasn't performed to the level that we or I don't know if we, but like that I feel like she's been held to. You know, this she's been held to like a standard, and she hasn't performed to that standard. Like if she has, it's been just one time out of like what 6 or 7.
it's been multiple chances she's been given, and it sucks because Sasha Banks in WWE legit one of my favorite wrestlers. Like at the time, she put on the main event match against her and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. That was fucking badass. Um, I know they had a triple threat match between her, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, where Charlotte won at WrestleMania 32. That one was really good. But she's a multiple time champion. I guess it's it's good that wrestlers want change, and she said that she's want change like in other companies. So first she went to, I want to say New Japan at first or Stardom, one of those two. Like when she first left and became Mercedes Moné. She was having good matches there. It's just her finisher I really don't care for. She needs a totally different finisher. And when she ended up getting this, how do you say, when she signed with AEW, that at first it's like, oh man, like that's so cool, but they're making it obvious. But now she announced that she had that creative control, that Tony Khan lets her do whatever. It's like, well, fuck. Now I'm just gonna assume every match you're winning now is because you're winning, and she hasn't lost since. She has 4 fucking titles.
I know we need to start putting parlays on her because we already know she's gonna fucking win.
You're breaking up kind of bad. You sound very.
Okay, yeah, we had a mild little connection. I know those feelings. Well, are we okay? Wait.
Oh Jesus! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, disconnected. What's going on? We can
I
leave
can
that
hear
in.
you. I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too.
Oh, okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
For now. No, I was gonna talk about, since we're talking about female wrestlers or women wrestlers or whatever they're called nowadays. You can go into Tiffany Stratton, right? Cashing in her Money in the Bank.
Dude, I love Tiffany Stratton, man. The more I look at her, the more I realize she looks so much like Sabrina Carpenter.
I see it.
Dude, it kind of scares me. It kind of scares me.
She's just like way more like fit. Like her body's like, you could tell she has like
Hot.
a gymnast body. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, but dude, that's badass. I heard a lot of people were very high on her winning, and just like her debuting in general, man. Like it was just so good. Like I know when they debuted in NXT, she played like a daddy's girl, like daddy pays for everything, because it was around the time of NXT 2.0, and then
Yeah.
everyone needed a character, so hers was like a daddy's girl, and then I
Nice.
think she got changed to like a tennis player or some shit like that. So to her to recover from all of that to be where she's at today, it's kind of like, it's good. It's great for her that she was able to overcome all that shit to finally be women's champion. Which is a long time in the making, man, because the crowd's always hot for her anyway.
Oh yeah, they're hot for daddy's girl.
Ew.
Did you see the cash in, like how it took place?
I know, because they were having a match between Naomi and Nia Jax, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't know how the match ended. Do you know how the match ended?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw like the clip of her doing it. So she came out and she was gonna make like she was gonna cash in, and that distracted Naomi because Naomi was doing pretty well, and it distracted Naomi, and what's her name was able to I guess, hit her with the case or do something. I don't remember, but distracted Naomi, and Naomi lost the match to Nia Jax, and then she ended up getting KOD'd by Bianca Belair, which looked fucking crazy because Nia Jax is pretty big. You know, she's lost some weight, but it looked fucking rowdy. She getting KOD'd, and then that's when Tiffany fucking threw Bianca Belair out of the ring and then cashed in and then did the moonsault, and she did that moonsault like perfectly onto Nia Jax and then
Oh,
won the
dude,
belt.
the way she does that moonsault, it's beautiful.
It was like legit like a perfect moon. Like I don't know why I thought, oh man, like because the crowd was hot, so I was like worried that she was gonna like miss it, you know.
Damn it.
No, the
Hello?
crowd, I could see you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the crowd was hot, so I was worried, like, since all eyes were on her, that it was gonna like, she was gonna miss it. I don't know why, but she hit it like on it clutch. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude. Big congrats to her, dude. It's like
Mhm.
that's finally like a good cash in that's not like on a pay per view or like wasted away. Like who was it that won the men's last year? Was it Drew McIntyre? Right, because he cashed in that same night and CM Punk fucked it up.
Yeah. The
Oh
you're
man.
right because it was Damian Priest has been Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah, Damian Priest was the year before, and then he shut in at WrestleMania on Drew, who just beat Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And then Drew won. Yeah, Drew won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Tried to cash it in that night when it was between Damian and Seth, but then CM Punk came out and caused the match.
Mm-hmm.
And I like at that time, it's like, man, dude, what a waste of a fucking cash in. Like
Yeah, that was
that's the thing that
bullshit.
kind of annoys me. It's good when the cash in actually like works well, like this one.
No, absolutely. No, it was good. I'm glad Tiffany Stratton's the champion, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like sucks for Nia Jax, but she still got that crown, I think, right? Whatever the Queen of the Ring crown.
Oh yeah, man. I want a crown. I'm jealous of Nia Jax.
I would want a male crown. I feel like you can tell when there's a male crown and a female crown. They like the female crown is a little thinner, and the male
Mm-hmm.
crown like fucking goes all around your head and fits badass. You know what I mean? Like Flavor
Long
Flav.
live the king. Yeah!
Oh man, I killed Mufasa. Murderer. I was trying to think of that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, we can move on to some of the news. We got a little bit of news, but that was some news off the top of our heads. And I know you were saying about that Wrestle Kingdom shit. I told you, I think Kenny Omega debuted a new song that was composed by like Final Fantasy game creators and shit, but I don't know. I know it was hyped up pretty big because he's done that before, right? Where game creators composed his music like Undertale and shit like that.
Yeah, it was man, that's so crazy. What's his name? Zach Fox? Is that the name of the guy who made the game?
Toby
Toby
Fox.
Fox. Okay, who's
Mhm.
Zach Fox? I don't know. Yeah, the Undertale, they helped make I think they did the like the display, right? Like the video that plays with the theme
Oh
song.
yeah, the little like intro package.
Yeah, because it was for the Elite, right? Because it was for Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
I think it was like a Halloween episode, right, or something.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because he came out in the mask, the Sans mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they did that. I know there was a couple of Wrestle Kingdoms ago that he dressed up like Sephiroth. I want to say from
From
Final
Final
Fantasy,
Fantasy.
which honestly, man, it's like sometimes it looks cheesy, but then sometimes it looks badass. This one was like a little bit mixture of the both. Where I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's kind of cheesy, but the more I thought about it, okay, this is actually kind of sick. Like I respect it. And then the year before that, he came out to well, I don't know if it was the year before, some time ago, that he came out in a Terminator's getup, like with the half mask, like the T-1000.
Oh, I was about to say Triple H did that too, and it was kind of more cheesy than cool, right? When he came out in
Yeah,
the
like you're
Terminator
just
get up.
standing there and brought him up on a pedestal and then just brought it back down and he just took everything off. It looks so weird.
I don't know. I get it when there's like it's cool when there's a tie-in to the advertising, and they're
Mhm.
like you could tell they're contractually obligated to do something, and then it ends up being cool.
Mhm.
But then it's also on a different side of the coin. It's cool when they just do it on their own without advertising. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's cool too.
No, I do like that. Like I know we're talking about advertising, but the one I think about is the New Day, like how they were advertised for Gears of War like a few years ago.
Uh huh. That
But
was
then they
cool.
actually come out in the suits, like when
Hmm.
they're like with the crowd and everything. I'm like, okay, that actually looks fucking badass in person.
Hmm.
I'll take two, please.
It's just a memory now because now they hate each other. The New Day.
Oh man, they hate Big E, and that fucking pisses me off.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Going here into the news. Yeah, let's check this out. Bleacher Report ranks the top 10 men's WWE wrestlers of 2024 and more top 10s. That's what we're going to name this
E-
episode, a bunch of top 10s. Uh, Tiffany Stratton's a 10, you know what I'm saying? I hope she's on the top 10. No, Bleacher Report ranks the top 10 men WWE wrestlers of 2024. Let's start from 10 and go down, I guess. Kevin Owens, number 10.
okay.
These are just WWE. I was like, what about? Oh, never mind. It's just WWE.
I know. It's like
Uh,
I was ready to start typing away, man. You motherfuckers. Y'all don't know what real wrestling is, fake and gay.
what about Ricochet? Uh,
Who?
oh, number 9, Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Number 8, Randy Orton. Number 7, Jey Uso. Number 6, Seth Rollins. Number 5, Roman Reigns. Number 4, Damian Priest. Number 3, Gunther. Number 2, Drew McIntyre. And number 1, Cody Rhodes.
How do you feel about Damian Priest being above Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins?
I don't really agree with it, but this list doesn't make sense because CM Punk's not on it at all.
Yeah, that was kind of. I'm questioning that too. But I guess because CM Punk, he was injured for like what, half a year, I believe, right?
I mean, he was still a part of the shit. He put on one of the best matches. If you have Drew McIntyre on there at number 2, you have to have CM Punk on there somewhere because he elevated him. You know what I
You know
mean? Drew
what?
McIntyre.
I agree now because Roman Reigns is on this list and he didn't come back until SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't really agree of him at number 5. If you're gonna have him on this list, I feel like just because you have to have him higher, like just because he's Roman Reigns.
You think so?
I feel like it. Like the way when we were talking about those matches on YouTube, but those were determined by the people, the community. But if you have Roman Reigns higher, it's just because people like Roman Reigns or he's been such a huge impact for the last so many years. You know, like you're just gonna default go to him, like he has to win. So I feel like he has to be higher, but then again, yeah, you're right about the thing, but then or about him not wrestling, but then they
Mhm.
don't have CM Punk, so this list is kind of a contradicting itself, you know?
As far as like everyone on this list, like we both say CM Punk should be on this list. Who would you take off of this list to put CM Punk on here? Me, I have an idea, but I want to hear yours.
So I would take off either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn.
Okay, I was gonna say Sami Zayn. I would
Yeah,
take off Sami Zayn. Not saying he had a bad year or anything, but I think the only thing he did was have that match with Gunther at WrestleMania. No, And then
Yeah.
he had the matches with Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank and then SummerSlam. But the one at SummerSlam was like 10 minutes or like less than 10 minutes. I remember it seemed like a squash match at the time. And I know it's like I do believe Sami Zayn is a good storyteller. Like him and Kevin Owens are amongst my favorite wrestlers as of today. But I know Kevin Owens has probably done more than Sami Zayn. And Seth Rollins, like it's hard to put Seth Rollins somewhere because I do believe he deserves to be in the top 10, but where exactly? You know, because I mean he's a workhorse. Like he kind of reminds me of Shawn Michaels. Like put him in a match against anybody, he will have a good match against them.
Yeah, it's true. I would argue to say Kevin Owens has done less than Sami Zayn. That's me thinking because Sami Zayn has elevated some pretty cool people. He's elevated Gunther. He's elevated fucking Shorty G. Nah, I fucking
Chad Gable.
yeah, Chad Gable. I feel like he's helped elevate the Usos because he's still doing that Uso gimmick where he's
Mm-hmm.
the unsaid Uso or whatever.
Oh, the
Honorary
honorary
Us.
Oos.
Yeah, so I feel like he's done more than Kevin Owens, who you could say like Kevin Owens had that good shit and he continues it with uh Cody Rhodes and he's doing this betrayal story. But I feel like if that happened at the beginning of the year and not the end of the year, people would have forgotten about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just because it's still going on. So I don't know. I feel like Kevin Owens is he's okay at number 10, but I could see him at number 11 and then throw CM Punk somewhere in there.
I think I would switch Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and then move Sami Zayn to 11 to put CM Punk on this list. Because me personally, like when I think of Sami Zayn, I just think about like nothing happened at the Rumble. You know, he had that match with Gunther, dethroned Gunther at WrestleMania, and like how we said, he had the Chad Gable stuff, he had the Braun Breaker stuff, but I can't really put my finger on anything else he's had like in between those. Like you know, just to reinsert himself back into the Bloodline stuff, like you know, with the War Games match, and that's understandable too. But I think the bigger story there was like Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Like, can they coexist?
Yeah.
Where as far as like Kevin Owens, it's part of the Royal Rumble match. He has the triple threat match. I think it was against Logan Paul and Randy Orton. And then the stuff he did in between. I don't think he had anything at SummerSlam, but I do remember they had a really badass street fight match. Him and Randy Orton against the Bloodline.
I
That
do
match
remember
was
that.
fucking good. Cause I think at that match, that was when Jacob Fatu debuted, if I remember correctly. So that was kind of like a big thing too. And I think him reasserting himself like with the Cody Rhodes stuff and how it all ties back into the Bloodline. But he's like a conspiracy theorist, but we know he's right. And I was like, man, dude, I'm all about this. Like, I'm a sucker for this shit. Like, this is good. A personal bias for me too. CM Punk, like, he's always been one of my favorites in general. So I would definitely put him on this list. But it's like it doesn't make sense. Like, if we're gonna have Roman Reigns, who has to wrestle between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, or no, not even then, because he just debuted at SummerSlam. He debuted at the next pay per view, right? When he tag teamed with Cody Rhodes,
Who's that?
Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a tag match against Solo and Jacob Fatu, I want to say. I forget. It was one of those pay per views. I think it was the one in Saudi or the one in France. One of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they should definitely put CM Punk on this list. Not a bad list, but it's not like to where like, oh, like there's nothing bad at all.
It's funny. I don't know. Damian Priest. I don't really like Damian Priest. Like, I don't hate him, but I don't really like him. But he has been doing good shit. Like, I don't know if he deserves number 4, but then again, I could look at like Randy Orton. Do I think he's been doing memorable stuff? No, but I love Randy Orton. Like,
Yeah, man.
know,
Me too.
I just think he's such a badass, and he's like a Billy Gunn now. Like, he looks better than he ever did when he was younger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't take Randy Orton off this list at all,
No,
man.
I can't either. Like, even though he hasn't really done anything, like the only thing I remember is him getting like pile driven by Kevin Owens, but that was pretty recent, and that was because that's what got him on the injured list, right? That's why he's like still out or something, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I have a feeling he's probably going to come back at the Royal Rumble because supposedly now at the Rumble it's going to be Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens in a ladder match.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
that should be pretty good though. It's like I just like Kevin Owens as a wrestler, man. It's my personal bias. I'm the Dave Meltzer of top 10 lists.
What I miss and what they should do for that is have it a lumberjack match, and then have like all the stars out there so everyone could see the Royal Rumble stars again.
True, that'd be kind of cool. Man, they haven't done a lumberjack match in a long
They
time.
haven't, right?
Yeah, but you know what's actually a good lumberjack match, and I fucking remember it too because when I
I'm
saw, it, I
gonna
was like,
guess.
man,
Let me
take a guess.
Is it the Army of the Dead lumberjack match where they had the zombies?
You got me.
The zombies, the zombie lumberjacks outside of the match during the
You know
tag
what I'm
team.
thinking? Maybe that's why they haven't done it in a long time because that shit fucking sucked.
That was like I think that was the last one they did. No, I don't know.
Dude, that was 2020, I think, or
Mm-hmm.
2021,
That was
because that was when the
during COVID.
Army of the Dead came out. Oh man, what a shit show!
Mm-hmm.
And that was with Damian Priest and The Miz too. Like poor
That's
guys.
funny.
It's funny, man. It's terrible, but in a funny way. The match I was gonna say was 2014. I remember because I saw it live. 2014 SummerSlam, a lumberjack match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Like that was one of the because man, dude, when you have them wrestling together, they put on great fucking matches. Like they were like wrestling soulmates. Like legit, that shit was thrown around, but they put on great matches together. Like no matter what. That lumberjack match, I was like, man, like this is entertainment. This is good because that was also the same pay per view where John Cena got squashed by Brock Lesnar, Suplex City.
Does I don't know if it's just me, but Dean Ambrose looks a lot like John Moxley, and
What?
No, I was gonna ask because that's where I didn't really watch WWE or wrestling even at all. Was during that time with the Shield, and I don't think I ever saw Dean Ambrose. The same with John Cena. Like, was that around the same times? Because I don't remember ever like really seeing John Cena wrestle, really seeing Dean Ambrose at all. Was Dean Ambrose good? That's what I'm asking. Was he a good wrestler?
He was a good wrestler. He had like his specific wrestling style that he did at the time. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't over the top or anything, but it was just like really hard hitting. Like because I think his specialty too, especially with like older videos of like Moxley, it's hardcore matches. Like because like there was just over the top. He was the one that got fucking cut open with like a buzzsaw. Like yeah, they cut him. It was a dull like bone saw, a dull one that they used against his head, but it still fucking cut him open. Just like blood just started pouring down his face. This is like in the indies and shit, but it's like I guess some wrestlers like that shit, like to wrestle in those type of matches. So him and Seth Rollins would have hardcore matches here and there, and man, dude, like especially at the time, like being PG, I was like, man, this is some heavy hitting shit. Like this is crazy for them to be doing shit like this. And they had a really good Hell in a Cell match that ended very shitty. I did like Dean Ambrose. I like the character. It was a little over the top, like, oh, like I'm crazy, haha. But it was good for it being PG. And at the time, like as time progressed, you could just tell like he just didn't like being there anymore. But it was like Vince McMahon, like everything relates back to Vince McMahon. Like he wants specific characters for each person, and Ambrose just wasn't feeling it. Time. Yeah, so that's why he ended up leaving and he started doing the Moxley stuff. Well, reverted back to John Moxley and signed with AEW like when it first started back up.
God bless AEW.
Everything
I
is
remember
great.
that. I remember when that was like when my buddy Retro Horror was like And I saw the vignettes where he's breaking out of like prison or something. It's like original vignettes, and he's like, "Oh man, this is a big deal," and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." And I don't know. It was just funny. But yeah, that's all funny. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We can move on to top 10. I think there's another top 10 of women's
Ew.
wrestlers. I don't know if this is Bleacher Report ranks the top 10 WWE women's wrestlers of 2024. I don't know if this is by attractiveness or by booty or by hip ratio. I have no idea, but
Let's find out.
let's go through the 10 and go down. Number 10, Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Number 9, Jade Cargill. Number 8, Tiffany Stratton. Number 7, Becky Lynch. Number 6, Nia Jax. Number 5, Bayley. Number 4, Bianca Belair. Number 3, Io Sky. Number 2, Rhea Ripley. And number 1, Liv Morgan.
It's crazy for Liv Morgan to be on top of the list.
Oh, I wouldn't mind her being on top. Oh,
Hey.
young moolah, baby.
Pandora in the pan, call it Pandora.
What's a goon to a goblin?
Better female dragon had a fire conversation.
I love Lil Wayne. I don't care if he kisses his dad on the lips.
He kisses his dad on the lips?
Or there was that one picture where they were like in wedding dresses and he kisses his dad on the lips. I don't know why they're in wedding dresses.
What the fuck? I don't think I've ever seen that picture in my life.
You've never seen it? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, man. Yeah, just real quick before we talk about wrestling again. Here's a detour. We've had a bunch of detours today, man. Don't get Spectrum Internet. Kissing Birdman?
Kissing Birdman. That's his dad.
Is that for real? Huh.
Birdman reveals why he kissed Lil Wayne on the lips in viral photo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said, like, hey, culture's culture. You know what I mean? Like, if you kiss your dad on the lips, you're weird, but you know, whatever. That's
like Tom Brady and his son.
Ooh, yeah, that's weird.
That is definitely weird.
Because he's like 11 or 10, right?
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's not cool.
And then he does it like, hey, where you going, slugger? Remember, come give your dad a wet one or some shit like that.
Oh my god, I remember.
When his dad's getting like massaged.
God, I know, man. It's like that was like a Vietnam flashback. I wish was never open in the back of my mind.
But let's talk about women instead of men kissing. Because that's easily able to confuse the two. I find this interesting that Becky Lynch is on here and she hasn't been.
I was just gonna say that.
Were you gonna say that? That's what you were gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that because she's been out since what, WrestleMania? I want to say.
Dude, yeah, she's been out a long. Yeah, she did wrestle WrestleMania and lost, right?
Against Rhea Ripley. I agree with pretty much everybody on this list. Honestly, I have a personal bias for Chelsea Green. I will put her higher.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad she's on the list, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like it's weird that this is all just WWE because I would consider NXT to be a part of this too. Because I would put Roxanne Perez on this list too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably take out Becky Lynch and put Roxanne Perez on this list. But everyone else, it's pretty. I agree with it.
I would put maybe Tiffany Stratton higher. Bayley, I would put her higher too, even though she hasn't really done enough. I'm like we're just biased towards Bayley, I think.
I love Bayley, man.
Yeah,
that's
Bayley.
my personal bias.
Yeah, no, she could like literally be out and not do anything, and I'm like, where's Bayley? I want to see more Bayley.
I know, dude. She's always in my top 10. Like no matter what, man. I'll put her in the top 3. I don't give a fuck.
And then Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Do you think that's right? That Liv Morgan should be 1 and Rhea should be 2, or that should be switched?
If we are talking about like story wise and performance wise, I don't know, it's a hot take, but I kind of agree with it.
Really?
I think so. Because I think about how Rhea Ripley lost the championship to, wait, no, she had to vacate it because she got injured. And then Becky Lynch won it. And then she lost it to Liv Morgan when they were in Saudi Arabia. And then Ripley comes back. They have the match at SummerSlam. Liv beats her, and then Dominic betrays her. Ever since then, like, she's still champion. She was champion for the rest of the year, even though it was in a cowardly way, because like cowardly heels, whatever. Like, it doesn't bug me to a sense, but it's like more higher accolades than Rhea Ripley. But they definitely deserve to be in the top 2.
Do you think? And this says really nothing. This is me asking. Do you think we could replace Liv Morgan with Sasha Banks and it'd be the same outcome? Do you think like they're like the same caliber of wrestler, or do you think Liv Morgan's better? Or do you think she hides it with who she wrestles?
I think she hides it with who she wrestles, where with Liv Morgan, it's been like kind of sketchy because she's supposed to be a cowardly heel. It's like, it's over the top and it happens a lot, and a lot of people are tired of it. But it makes sense for her character. Where as far as with Sasha Banks, or are we talking about Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné?
Let's say let's say Mercedes Moné, but I'd say like, do you think if they swapped them, like, do you think Mercedes Moné would be doing better? Well, obviously in WWE because they're her opponents, but do you think they're on the same like wavelength of talent? Like it's just the opponents that Liv Morgan has had.
Man, I think it's the opponents Liv has, because she could put on a good match. I really do believe she could put on a good match if she wants to. Not saying her matches are terrible, like they're not terrible at all, but I do think that Sasha Banks is probably the better wrestler than Liv Morgan. What about you?
I don't know. I was just thinking that like if they swap places, would anyone really notice other than like obviously the color of the skins and stuff like that? Because she kind of looks like a player too, Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné. And then she's kind of got a shitty finisher with that Rose. No, whatever her fucking finisher is.
The Moneymaker.
The Liv.
Oh, Oblivion.
Yeah. It's one of those finishers, kind of like the Moneymaker, where you really need the opponent to like cooperate to make it look good.
And I think Rhea Ripley and also Io Sky could sell that very, very well. Like they take the spike on her head and like they're just like upside down with their legs up like this, like fall over. Yeah, man, I do believe Sasha Banks is a better wrestler than Liv Morgan. But I feel like Sasha Banks could have better matches over here in WWE because the women's division is like untouchable, unmatched,
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like honestly, with any of these women here, she could probably have a good match with now. Cause I know she fought Nia Jax. I saw them wrestle before live at the Royal Rumble in like 2017, and it was not good. But to be fair, Nia Jax has gotten like way better over the years than what she was before.
No, she's like, I've noticed that it's like they told her you need to put in work, and she fucking did it, and they brought her back.
Like,
I did it for The Rock.
Would you switch anybody out, like with somebody, or like do you think this is good?
I can't think of anyone that I'd put in as far as women goes. And NXT, I'm not very familiar with all the characters and the names. And I can't think of only one I can think of is Charlotte Flair, but I just love Charlotte Flair. Like she hasn't been wrestling in like a year or two.
I know she's out, man.
Yeah, but she's recovering from quite a fucking surgery or whatever, so
Mhm.
I can understand that. But nah, this list is okay. Jade Cargill, I'd probably put her at 10, even though just because Chelsea Green just won that championship, so I would have elevated Chelsea to at least like number 9, and Tiffany Stratton put her up and where Nia Jax is at, but I don't know. That's just being like nitpicky,
Yeah, I feel you. Me, man, I would take out Becky Lynch. I would because she's been out.
Who would
Just
you who
being
would you add though? Because I can't think of like on the WWE roster.
probably Naomi.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's fair. That is very
Yeah, I
fair.
probably either Naomi or Michin, Mia Yim. I'll put one of them on there. I think I will go with Naomi more than the other.
Yeah, no,
But
you're right.
I'll probably take off Becky Lynch, scoot everybody down, and I will put Naomi at number 10, and then maybe switch Chelsea Green and Jade Cargill. Because I'm not saying Jade Cargill is bad. She's gotten way
No,
better since
yeah,
she's gone there. But as far as like accolade wise, I do believe like it's good. Io Sky being top 3, that's badass. But I'm there trying to think. I'll put Bailey above Bianca Belair. That's kind of like really pushing it because I do love Bianca Belair too.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but I'm
I agree with the Naomi. That
mhm.
that that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but other than that, not a perfect list.
No, Naomi. Every time she comes out with her entrance, she gets the crowd pumped up. Like I think she deserves a lot more credit for the shit she does.
Dude, and like we were just talking about it too, but she put on a great match with Nia Jax.
Hmm.
Like great match with Nia Jax. She
Yeah.
gave her a Samoan drop. Can you believe that? Like that's crazy. Like it looks so natural too. Like she carried her and then boom. I was like, man,
Damn,
that looks beautiful. That looks
that's Samoan strength.
I know, man. It's like you get it through marriage.
And they're kind of related, right? Naomi and Nia Jax. Technically, they're in the same tree.
I think so. Well, I think Naomi's in there like by law because she's married to Jimmy Uso, I believe.
Oh, okay. So it's not by blood, just
Yeah, by law, by common
by
law.
law.
Yes.
But yeah, that was another top 10 list. Let's check out on the other side of the pond. Nah, the other side of the grass. Uh WOR. I can't remember what that stands for. Ring of Honor and Wrestling Observer Radio. AEW is now getting 3.6 million a week from their new media rights deal with Warner Brothers Distribution. What do you think about this?
It's good business for them. I'm happy. Hopefully they keep, put it to better promotion. That's what I would hope for. Because
I,
go ahead.
I'm just here like, what about Ring of Honor?
Honestly, speaking of Ring of Honor,
Mm-hmm.
so I was watching Dynamite. When was it? No, I'm sorry. I was watching World's End, that pay-per-view that happened last,
Oh
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they just announced there, it's like, oh, the first match on Max, it's gonna be like Copeland. Oh, do you know they changed his name to Cope?
Ugh.
It's not Adam
They're
Copeland
trying to.
anymore.
That's just a joke now. He's trying to cope. Like coping hard. Cope.
They're like, oh, to be on Max at TBS and TNT, like wherever you're streaming on Max, like for for the foreseeable future now. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like I forgot about it. I was off, but I didn't get to watch it.
Mhm.
But then I'm thinking like, oh, like I get to watch Dynamite, whatever, like just VOD on demand. But what I didn't know is that Collision is also on Max, from what I've heard.
That's cool.
It's cool, but it's like all the promotion is just talking about Dynamite. Like, oh, like or it's like AEW, it's on Max. AEW's on Max. AEW's on Max. But it's like I just wish they would talk about what show is going to be on what, because it's like last night I was watching the Spurs game and like, oh, Collision's on Max. I was like, man, I wish y'all would have told me instead of just make me try to assume. You know, like, oh, just say Collision and Dynamite, Ring of Honor, like it's all going to be on Max for everybody to view.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, man, you got this big fucking deal, which is fucking awesome. I'm glad, but the promotion for it has been terrible, man. It's like, I really do want to get behind him. I hate talking shit about it, but it's just the promotion is bad. The promoting of it.
Yeah, no, they've already like shown their colors of how they promote with Ring of Honor, where they don't give a shit about it. It's like the stepbrother, the ugly stepchild that they just never talk about. And I mean, yeah, like I said, it's cool that they're getting 3.6 million a week. I don't know if that's a lot for how much it takes to run a live television show that's like 2.5 hours or whatever, because it always runs over, right? Or 3 hours, 3 hours and 10 minutes. But I don't know. I don't know how easily you could bleed through that when you're giving these record breaking contracts to people or the talent, letting them run the show and not really getting any new. Maybe they'll get new eyeballs being on Max, but like you said, it's not being clear. Like, oh, you have another show? Yeah, Collision. Well, you didn't tell us that. Oh, you have a whole nother company, Ring of Honor? Yeah, you didn't. You never tell us that it belongs to y'all.
Yeah, well, you never ask. It's like that's not, that's how I feel like the excuse is like, well, nobody ever asked like where Ring of Honor or Collision's at. It's like,
Perfect.
bitch, you never tell us. It's like I feel like it's just common courtesy or like common sense to be promoting all of your shows. It's like at least we know Raw's gonna be on Netflix because they promoting the fucking shit out of it. Where it's like with Collision or Dynamite, it's like I know AEW is gonna be on Max, but what shows are gonna be on Max? Like I know the archives are gonna be on there. Like that'll be fucking awesome. But
Tell us.
it's yeah, let us know, please. Like I'm down for it. Like I want to support it, but if we don't have that communication with your fans, then a lot of people are just gonna skip over it.
Well, it's the same whenever we hear about it from the wrestling news people the last minute. Oh, a Ring of Honor pay-per-views this weekend. What? When the fuck did that happen? And like we're like, what the fuck? Like, and you're always like, I probably would have bought it if I knew they had a fucking pay-per-view. Like now I can't plan for it, like what the fuck,
It's terrible promoting, man. That's all it is. Like I want them to learn from these mistakes so that way this company can thrive and then eventually they can kick their fucking creative team out and replace it with somebody better.
All I know is if I had the money to promote like the podcast and stuff like that, I'd be putting it on fucking bus benches and billboards and shit like that. Like,
Oh yeah,
TV
man.
commercials.
Hell yeah, dude. Try to get our name out there, man.
Hell
That's what
yeah.
you want to do. They're just not doing it, man.
No, they just expect, or it's like they want it to stay a secret. You know what I mean? Like they're gatekeeping it or whatever the fuck you call it.
And it's like, oh, you're not a real wrestling fan if you don't watch AEW. Oh, what can I watch it? I'm not gonna tell you.
You wish I would tell you where you could watch it, right?
Yeah, yes,
I do.
I'm literally asking. Yeah, you would be asking about where you could watch AEW on Max. I could tell you that's on Max.
You have to guess, and it's only this one. Are your other ones too? Yes, but only this one. Dynamite.
What's on? You take a guess. Is it on Max? Ah,
Man,
I'm
you're
gonna
lucky.
tell.
Of course, you're lucky. You're lucky you guessed it.
I don't kiss and tell.
Like Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne or Birdman. I'm the Birdman. AEW's Lil Wayne.
I don't kiss my dad and tell, and it's like, ew, bro.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't kiss and tell either.
Yeah. So, bro, I'm just gonna be honest, man. I just wouldn't have told anybody.
I would refrain from doing that out in public if you're trying to remain a gangster in your music.
I know, man. Well, good for him, I guess. 2025, man. Start to the new year right.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of AEW, here's a bit of news here. The Young Bucks say they intentionally had, quote, boring matches during their 2024 heel run in AEW. What do you think of this little bit of news?
I
from,
hate their fucking spray tan so much. It looks terrible. They look like fucking weenies on the hot dog warmers at gas
Man,
stations.
it makes
What
me
are
want
those?
a good hot dog.
Dude, I know, man. I love those hot dogs, to be honest with you. But yeah, fuck the Young Bucks.
Yeah, they're really, dude. Nothing can ever like come back from them showing that CM Punk footage and them thinking that it was a good idea. Like even Dave Meltzer was like, I don't know why they showed that. I don't know why they thought it'd be a good idea. Even when your biggest fan is saying, that wasn't a very good idea, it kind of backfired. Yeah, that was not a good idea, you know.
And they try to make it into a storyline saying, like, oh, we couldn't focus on our match with FTR because they got him to make a big commotion in the back, like, without saying his name and shit like that. I remember I tried watching it on YouTube because I was like, man, I really want to see what happened. And then even on their own YouTube channel,
I know what you're talking about.
they
Yeah.
fucking edited out the footage. Like, oh, to show the footage. So yeah, that's everything that happened. I was like, man, I wish then y'all got my views. Good then fuck you. I was like, good for y'all. And then I saw the video of someone recording it in the crowd, and everyone's just like dead silent, waiting for something to happen. It's like, man, everything that happened in this video that CM Punk said happened. You know,
Yeah.
what's the point of airing this out? They shot themselves in their own fucking foot. And I remember their viewership was high, like at that point for that Dynamite, and it just came crashing back down. It was
Yeah.
just like that one spike. It's hard to believe that was this year too, or in 2024.
Was it? Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
That's
It
crazy.
was. Yeah, because he returned. Yeah, he returned to WWE at the end of 2023 for War Games.
Mhm.
And then he had all this stuff this year, and they aired that video that year.
I don't know. That was like the dumbest shit, and I don't think they can recover from that at all. Like that's always going to be asterisk, you know, that they showed that, and it's just the dumbest shit they could do.
Like, let me ask you this: like, do you think it's not fair for like a Young Bucks fan if they were to have bought tickets and go to a show to watch the Young Bucks? Like, I feel like if I'm gonna watch a Young Bucks match, I'm gonna be watching a good match, you know, because they can put on good matches,
Mhm.
but it's like, oh, if they're saying like, oh, we're intentionally having boring matches, like, you know, that's just our character. But it's like, man, if I'm a fan of the Young Bucks, I'm paying money to go see the Young Bucks just for them to put on a shit match. I'm not getting my money's worth.
Well, and I mean, take this. I don't mean this as a pun, but I think they're using that as a scapegoat, obviously, to an excuse, you know. Real glass, Crimey River. To you know, that they were just like off. Like it was a bad year for AEW, like losing the fact that they like went against CM Punk and lost this whole battle and then lost CM Punk, and they don't want to admit that CM Punk was like the big draw and the reason everyone was watching, or he was the reason half the locker room was on his side and the other half was on the elite side, or the best friends or whatever they are, you know. And I don't know, like they don't want to admit that CM Punk was right, but he kind of was, even though I like to attribute this to the way I was at work, where I was an asshole, but we got shit done, and it was better for the business because I didn't want to make friends like CM Punk. I don't want to make friends. I want to make money.
I'm not here
And
to make friends. I'm here to make money.
yeah, and that's the same at work. Like when everyone's there talking and being lazy and not doing anything, it's like, dude, we need to work. And, well, now you're being an asshole. It's like, well, because I care about the company, and that was CM Punk. Like he obviously cared about the company, but it made him look like the asshole because he was actually trying to get people to work or do things that made sense to the business or whatever, you know. And it made him look like the asshole to everyone, or at least half the locker room, and the other half was on Collision.
And it's crazy to think like how the treatment of CM Punk in AEW to the treatment of CM Punk in WWE. Not saying it's perfect, but it's night and day. And like you hear the stories about how a lot of people in AEW just like, oh, like I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want because there was like no locker room leadership,
Mm-hmm.
or Tony Khan wasn't being like a good boss. But in WWE, you just see videos everywhere of like just you see him getting along with Triple H. You see him like at NXT with Shawn Michaels, like looking at the younger talent. You see him with this fucking dog. Everyone's petting Larry. Like it's like, man, show promotion like that, man, because he's one of the biggest names ever. Legit a pipe bomb, and just to show him like, oh, like yeah, I'm doing great over here. Like that's what they want to show. And it seems like he's having a better time over there than what he was like years ago when Vince was still running shit. But it's just ignorant how the situation was handled by the Young Bucks, by the Elite, by Tony Khan, and just for them to do victory laps in the ring, showing like, oh yeah, like we won the battle, and it's like, man, look at y'all's viewership, look at y'all's stadiums. We're not not just stadiums, y'all's arenas, which are smaller than stadiums, that y'all can't even sell those out. It's good that you are going to smaller venues to actually sell those out. Like that's fucking awesome. Because you want to make it at least make it look full. That's the thing. You want to make it look full. And like with All In this past year, yeah, it's still a big arena that they sold a lot of tickets. But the first year it was like what 81,000, and then the second year it dropped down to like 53, like almost like
That's huge.
30,000 fans. That's a big
Almost
jump.
half.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it again the next year, which I'm pretty sure they are, it's just gonna be even lower. And they still got their Texas show that they're gonna do this year, all in Texas. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the one they're doing this year, all in Texas.
That's
That
in
they're
Dallas,
still
right?
that's one in Dallas. I don't even know if they moved arenas yet because they were gonna have it in the baseball field, but they can't even sell the tickets for those. Like I want to buy tickets, I do want to go, but I'm just like there's no promotion for it or anything. They're just like, oh, like tickets on sale now. It's like, why am I gonna buy tickets if I don't know what's gonna happen there? I feel like it's not established yet. Like, yeah, you got the big following in the UK, but are you really gonna have a big following to sell out like a baseball arena, a baseball field where the Rangers play in Texas? Like, hopefully, like I hope y'all do. Like I do want them to sell it.
Yeah, we hope the best for them. It's just they don't give any indication that they care or that they want to do the best thing. And I don't know. I don't know what to think about AEW other than obviously, look, here's the proof that even the Young Bucks were intentionally having boring matches. And it's like, okay, so you want the company to be boring because you think that I'm bleeding, making me the victor.
I believe maybe the Vader.
I don't know. But we know who can save AEW.
Please tell me, dude. I need some good news, man.
The Costco guys have revealed that Big Boom AJ will be wrestling his second AEW match in Los Angeles during Revolution pay-per-view in March via Cultaholic. What do you think about Big AJ bringing the Boom to AEW Revolution?
Do you think they wasted the time for the Costco guys has passed?
I mean, this, regardless if it is passing, it's still kind of a big thing in AEW. It's kind of like the only thing they got going for them, because it was your classic babyface heel story with what him and who was it that he faced?
QT Marshall.
Yeah. So it was a classic heel babyface, and the crowd was pretty pumped for it, and it engaged with the kids because they care about that Boom and the Doom and stuff. So I'm all for it if it's like bringing kids together and laughing, and it brought, what's his name, that Justice or whatever, Big
Justice
brought him into the ring, and he did a spear. Remember when he did that, and they ended up winning the match. It was cute. It made me like, oh, this is like wholesome, But I think it could still like in March it'll still be a thing, I think, and it fits in with AEW. I don't know, with the programming. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I hope it fits in well with the programming because it's like if you're just gonna have another celebrity, quote unquote celebrity,
Yeah,
to take part of the show to replace a wrestler that could have a match on the pay per view, because they haven't said what they said is on the pay per view. They haven't said if it's on the pre show of the pay per view. So I feel like if they were to put the match of Big Boom AJ whatever on the show, like I feel like that would be fair to a bunch of the other talent that they have that could put on a great match to
You're right.
have that spot.
That's fair.
I just saw a TikTok of them that someone posted. It's someone got a cameo of them two, and it's like, oh, we're sorry about your brother passing away, man. That gets 5 booms. Boom, boom,
No way.
boom, boom, boom. Man, I wish I would have sent it to you. I saw it on TikTok, but I think it's gone forever. But it's just like, oh, we're sorry about your brother passing away. Boom.
Just these sad booms. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, we'll see how it is in a couple months from now, man. Hopefully it goes good for them.
It's cool as we can watch this supposedly on Max, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
That's funny that we don't really know yet. We hope we can, and it won't cost any more.
Man, we'll see how it goes.
Next here on the news here, the ring mat is now blue in SmackDown. What do you think about this to your eyes? How does it feel? The ring being blue, the ring mat.
It's weird, but not in like, ew, get that shit away from me. If it looks okay.
It kind of trips me out first seeing it. I know when I first saw it, like you sending me this, and I don't know. It kind of trips me out because it looks like some sort of show should be going on. You know, when they change the ring mat, like for Kevin Owens' show or like
a celebration.
Yeah, some sort of special like thing going on in the ring, like segment. That's what I feel like, that a segment is going on, and that's why the blue color's there. Otherwise, I just gotta get used to that the ring's blue. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Your ring is blue. Your ring is red. Your ring is blue.
Black. Your clothes are black. Oh, Mr. Bitchy.
Oh, I don't know. That movie's fucking great.
Oh man, but it's gonna I'm gonna have to get used to it. It doesn't bug me right now. Like, I haven't seen SmackDown in a very long time, so just seeing it right now, just like it's a still picture, it looks kind of weird. But I mean, NXT, I don't know if they still have them, but when they did their pay-per-views, their takeovers, they had the black mats. They always had the black mats.
That looks cool though. I remember seeing like
good.
the black mats. It looks good, and then when it was like black and gold, it looked cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, that's a different change. Like, I don't mind it at all. I mean, just gotta wait to see it in action.
Here, the blue looks good though with the white ropes.
It does look nice.
Yeah. But I have nothing against it. It's just weird seeing it for the first time and trying to get used to it for a regular match. What network is SmackDown on? USA or
USA? On
okay.
USA.
USA.
SmackDown blue. SmackDown blue. SmackDown blue.
Takamishinoku.
Takamishinoku driver. Michinoku driver.
More news here. Speaking of rings, ahead of SmackDown, there was a black ring mat out in the ring which had the following logos on it. Presumably will be used for Raw on Netflix. Fortnite in the middle. Riyadh season. Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. Cricket. Netflix and Snickers. What do you think about this ring that has like a race car fucking logos everywhere?
Oh my god. Fortnite is right in the fucking middle.
That's what I saw people say, was like, why the fuck is Fortnite right in the middle? Are they gonna have Seth Rollins and fucking what is it? John Cena pop up in Fortnite.
Oh
There
my
aren't any
god,
wrestlers in Fortnite, right?
Oh yeah, John Cena's in Fortnite.
Oh, is he? Okay.
John Cena's in Fortnite. I know Bianca Belair, she's in Fortnite.
That's hot. She got a
Somebody
nice
else
butt.
is. They make all the characters flat. I'm just letting you know right now. All the
Nah,
characters are flat.
you get the nude mod with the
Oh my
big booty mod.
god, I'm not that rich. But I know John Cena, Bianca Belair. I want to say Becky Lynch is in it too. I might be wrong. I feel like there's some other wrestler in there too. I can't put a name to it, but I feel like this is eventually going to lead up to Gunther doing the gritty in Fortnite.
That's a pretty good thing to lead up to. I'm surprised the Netflix name thing or the ad isn't right in the middle.
They should have the
advertisement.
N, like the Netflix N in the middle, and put Fortnite at the bottom. So how do you feel about this? It looks weird.
It looks weird. I mean, this is just like a from the corner ropes picture, so it just looks weird, especially with the white ropes. I imagine they're going to be red ropes, so it'll look a little better, like black and red. But I don't mind like what advertisements are there because it could literally be like advertisement for a lawyer's office or business in the middle, and I would still think it looked tacky. I mean, if it's Fortnite, I don't care. It's the same. It's the same difference to me. But I don't like it. I don't like it seeing it from this angle at first. I don't like it. But that's the same thing I said with the Prime logo when it was first like put out, and we were like, oh, that's kind of weird. But it ended up getting streamlined. You know, what do you think?
I think with the Prime logo, I kind of give it the benefit of the doubt because it doesn't have color to it. Like these have color, so they stick out more. And I think that's the thing that's bugging me the most. I feel like I'm watching like the octagon ring in UFC, but not the octagon ring, and it just looks so odd. It looks weird because like since adding color, it pops out.
And the black looks weird too, like faded. Just from this angle, it looks like a pool table cloth or something.
Yeah, I think it would probably look better if they just kept the same color tarp, like the matte color, like the white, silver, whatever it is, and then put the logos on top of it. And then have the ring ropes maybe red. I don't know. It'll look weird. But I think
the ring ropes red would be
think
cool.
So?
Yeah, ring ropes red would be cool because it's red and black. It would look cool, you know.
I guess we just gotta wait, man. But like just seeing Fortnite in the middle would fucking bugs me. And like they're still supporting Hulk Hogan. Like Hulk Hogan has that much money to get a sponsor on the ring mat next to Netflix.
That's pretty crazy. That's some pretty big money to be around these other ones. These other fucking advertisements. I thought he was broke if he's doing like, you know, he's probably doing cameos and shit.
You want me to leg drop Kamala Harris? Is she an Indian? Is she a lizard?
Chameleon.
She's a chameleon. There you go. She's a chameleon, brother.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll tune into the first Raw of the new year on Netflix and see how that goes down. And then I heard too that was it you that sent me that or what I read that they weren't going to have specific run times, that it could just run like 2 hours to 3 hours depending on how the program is.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. That sounded kind of interesting. What do you think about that though, where it could fluctuate from 2 hours to 3 hours, and it just depends on, you know, what they have scheduled?
Yeah, it doesn't bug me. As long as it's between 2 to 3 hours, I feel like I'd be getting my viewings worth.
That'd be interesting. It'd be like an NBA game where you don't know if it's going to go into overtime. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And so it's going to be a weird change, but I mean, if it's between 2 and 3, I won't feel tired. I won't feel stressed out or be like, "Hey, can we wrap this shit up?" We wrap it up.
And I wonder how ads are going to be because, I mean, I don't know if I don't think they have commercials on Netflix. It's not like Hulu where they, like with what is it? When we watched the last pay-per-view, they had ads up the ass, like
oh man,
ads.
It was ridiculous, man.
Well, Saturday night's main event when they
Saturday
had
night's
the
main event
ads.
when they had, I think it was Christmas. They had NFL games on Christmas being shown on Netflix, and we were watching them, and they still showed ads,
Oh
but
yeah, okay.
they showed it in like a screen by screen, like a play by play.
Hmm.
So like the
Picture
game
in
was
picture.
yeah, picture picture. So it's like the game was right here, and then the bigger square right here was where they showed the ads and stuff.
Okay, that I
Yeah,
can deal with that.
yeah, it didn't look bad. I was like, I felt like I was just watching regular TV. But I can see where people are pissed. I was like, man, I'm paying like premium for Netflix just for them to be fucking putting more ads, like where
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to be seeing ads. You know?
yeah, it's bullshit. That is bullshit. But we're from that generation that we grew up with commercials, so I don't think we mind commercials.
I don't mind commercials at all.
I don't mind them either.
It's like if I watch it on YouTube, I know that could be a little bit crazy, especially like they show ads up the ass on a YouTube now. Where
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, do you have ad blocker?
I have YouTube Premium,
How much do you pay for that?
like 18, maybe 17.
Man, so the ads on YouTube, it'll be like a 60-second ad, and it's going down. Um, and it gets like 30 seconds, and it has the option to skip. So I press skip, and it goes to 5 seconds, where it shows the next ad. And when the 5 seconds starts, it's a new timer for when that ad is going to finish, but you have the option to skip that one. I'm like, fuck, man. And
No.
you know who's terrible with that? Um, who's terrible with that? It's WWE. Like they have the WWE Vault where they upload like old matches. Be like, yeah, I'll play it. I'll put on the matches. Dude, like I cannot watch a match on there because it's ads every few minutes.
Fuck that. I couldn't deal with ads on YouTube.
It's
They even have
too,
like 2 hour ads or something, right? If you don't like skip
yeah.
it, sometimes they'll have like a 2 hour long ad.
There'll be times that I'll be like, I'll put on a video, like a long video, and then I'll go like wash dishes or like I'll clean and shit. And I hear an ad playing and be like, oh, I'll finish it a little bit. And I look at like, how long is this fucking ad? And it's like a whole movie that's in the ad.
Yeah, it's
I'm like, fuck, it's
bullshit.
like an hour and a half. I'm like, this
Hmm.
is man, don't waste my fucking time. I ain't gonna watch all this shit. Fuck you.
It's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
Man, it's ridiculous. Like to an extent, like at the time, it didn't bug me. But now it's just so over the top. Like it's just like ad play, ad play, ad play. And I hope WWE on Netflix doesn't come to that because it's already like down the fucking YouTube channel where it's just like unwatchable. And they
Hmm.
put on great content. They really do. They put on like old stuff like from their vault,
Hmm.
and I'll watch it. And be like, dude, this is fucking badass. But then it's like, dude, I've learned so much about Ozempic and Gold's Gym. I feel like you're trying to tell me something about losing weight.
They are. They're trying to. I know
Like,
the feeling. It's targeting us.
yeah,
I know. I know the feeling. But next year on the news, sticking with WWE, PW Insider has confirmed that the 2026 Royal Rumble event will emanate from Saudi Arabia. What do you think about that?
that sucks. I do think that's terrible because we know like the type of culture that Saudi Arabia has. Certain wrestlers won't go to Saudi Arabia because either of like religious views or they don't like the policies that Saudi Arabia has like against like against women or just like in general, you know.
Yeah,
Like
religion.
yeah, and so it's like they still have the women's Royal Rumble. Like, are you still gonna have that in Saudi Arabia? Like, it's not
I'm
gonna be
pretty
fair to
sure.
the, and it's like it's not gonna be fair to the women because like every time they have a women's match over there, it gets fucking crickets. And it's like they put on badass matches, like just for them to
Oh
get
yeah.
crickets. Like it's not fair. It's not fair to them at all. We know like Sami Zayn will go, Punk will go because you know their beliefs. Excuse me, like for their beliefs, so, like that's already like two big stars there and
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure others go or will probably choose not to go, you know? And it's like obviously this is based off money. It's like fuck,
Oh
like
yeah.
you're already doing the ads on the mat with Fortnite. You're going to Netflix on like billions of dollar deals. You got SmackDown going on USA. You got all these high ticket prices for all your shows now. And man, you're still like, how much money do y'all need? Where it's like, oh yeah, we can do this over there. Like, they're not gonna say anything. But it's like it's not fair to the other wrestlers like who can't perform over there, choose not to. And I don't know. It sucks. It's really I feel like it's not fair to the other performers.
No, that's understandable. Like I just wonder if it's gonna be 2 nights. Like I wonder more the logistics than like obviously the things like that. I thought I heard the
Yeah.
ice cream truck.
Did you hear
Obviously
it?
I thought I did.
No, I think it's my brain.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard it. But yeah, all I'm thinking about is like if it's 2 nights, how many women are going to show up? Because I love when they wear those skin tight suits instead of like I don't know. It leaves more to the imagination for me. But I don't know. And then I think of it as a shame too because I feel like the Royal Rumble is a Texas event. Like it should always happen in Texas because it just typically happens in San Antonio all the time. So it's a shame that it's starting over there the year off in Saudi Arabia. But I don't know. That's what I'm thinking of. Is it going to be 2 nights? How is it going to be? And it's already planning that far ahead in 2026. Like, goddamn.
It's wild. And I know if they do decide to have it over there, then that means the start time over here is probably going to be like 10 or 11. And that's kind of weird. That's the thing I'm not used to because I'm used to getting like together with friends, barbecuing, and then just watching it.
Yeah, not grabbing breakfast.
Not grabbing breakfast, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, doing my emails. I had a bubble in my throat. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to hold it back.
Nah, I wonder shit about that. Like, because they were saying, we were talking about more of the pay-per-views running 2 nights instead of 1 night. And I wonder if by then they're going to be, starting that, where it's like, 2 nights for big events, or where it's half women, women's Royal Rumble match 1 night, men's Royal Rumble match the second night. And, I don't know. It's just interesting to think that. And, yeah, you're bringing up that point about certain people going to Saudi Arabia. So it's already going to kind of predict what the card might be when you look at stuff like that. And that's interesting, too, because that's going to obviously affect, at least the Royal Rumbles are big events, that typically they set the starting point for all the WrestleMania and all the other events. So it's going to, not having certain people there is going to determine stuff like that. Like, oh man, like they're not going to show up. Oh shit. Like, are they going to not be part of WrestleMania, or how are they going to intertwine them into it,
Do you think if they do decide to have it 2 nights, like they're going to have it in like separate locations?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be 2 nights over there, like Saturday and Sunday.
Because I'm thinking like if they're not going to get CM Punk over there, which I'm pretty sure they're not. If he's still around at the time, that are they going to risk not having him on the show just to keep him in the States and maybe have it here in the States?
That'd be interesting to like have the first night in the States with the women's Royal Rumble, and then have the second night there in Saudi Arabia, or morning. Really, that'd be weird to like watch one at 7 at night and then watch the other one at like 11 in the morning.
I just imagine like the terrible jet lag that they're gonna experience when they're out there.
Yeah. No, it'd be interesting to do 2 nights in 2 different locations. I feel like the Royal Rumble would be the perfect opportunity to try that if you are going to try it. But all the logistics of it, like having half your crew over here and half your crew over there, and then I don't know. It sounds like a lot that I don't think they're gonna deal with, but it all depends on if they're gonna do 2 nights or just 1 night, and
Yeah.
what they decide to do. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's still next year.
Yeah, that's not even this year. Where's the Rumble going to be at this year?
Indianapolis.
Oh, gay. No wonder why they have all the advertisements. They're getting ready for the Indianapolis race track with all the
Oh, the
fucking race
500.
car, all the logos and shit.
Yep.
Lastly, here on the news, Ric Flair says he has one more match left in him
Oh,
via
Jesus
the 5-star
Christ.
podcast. And here's a picture that says Ric Flair's last match on the turnbuckle.
Golly. Wasn't it? Did he say he had a heart attack at his last match, or he passed out?
Yeah. Supposedly, when he passed out, he had a heart attack, and that was why he passed out. It was like,
Oh my!
Did you have a heart
God.
attack this year? And his doc, he's like, I don't think so. What'd you do? I wrestled in my last match. Oh, I think you had a heart attack in the ring.
So I walked down the stairs. Oh, that's why you had a heart attack walking down the stairs.
I was dehydrated and I walked down the stairs.
So I woke up. Oh, that's why you had a heart attack. You woke up. You got out of bed.
This is gonna be you when you hit 32 years old.
Oh no!
33.
Please don't say that. I'm scared to be like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I ain't gonna make it to 33.
Let me ask you this about Ric Flair supposedly having one more match left in him. Who do you think he can wrestle for his quote unquote last match? Who do you think he's gonna wrestle this time?
Jacob Fatu.
Unironically, who do you think he's gonna?
I know what I said. Man, I don't know.
See, because who was his last match? It was him and Andrade in a tag match versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So that I don't know if I'm thinking if he does do a singles match that he would just wrestle Jay Lethal again because that was safe. You know what I mean?
Against Jay Lethal or against Jeff Jarrett?
I mean, you could do either or. I feel like he'd have more fun with Jay Lethal, though. Or Jay Lethal would be able to give him more oomph, with selling and shit like that. But I don't know.
I would hope Jay Lethal would be paying big fucking bucks to be jobbing out to Ric Flair. I want Jay Lethal to fucking squash Ric Flair in his last match.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great.
Of course, he's gonna bleed. He's got to bleed in every fucking match he's in.
Man, I don't know, dude. He should not wrestle. He's too fucking old.
Yeah, no, he's like my dad's age. My dad, works and truck drives and still walks around, but he's not wrestling, and he doesn't drink nearly as bad. Doesn't drink nearly as bad as Ric Flair does, like all rowdy,
Oh man, I don't know, dude. I'm not all about it. Richard's delighted, like he's ecstatic.
Richard's like, I don't ever want Ric Flair to die. I want him to continue to wrestle.
Ric Flair's like, I will never die. Richard, this is for you. Ah! Just bites himself.
It takes a quick Ibuprofen or Advil to get the blood running.
Oh my god, blood thinners and shit so he could bleed easier.
He just does it like powder comes out.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'd watch it if he had one more match, but it would be me watching like my baby niece play on a playground. I'd be like, like he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. No, don't run the ropes that fast, Rick. He's gonna tear both of his fucking isosceles.
His isosceles triangles on his knees.
That's how old he is. We gotta use Greek terms. His
Greek terminology. His actuallys.
His actuallys.
Actuallys.
But yeah, that's the news.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much everything we had here. I'm gonna go into some botches and cool footage, or cool stuff. Let's
Let's
see
do it.
here what we have here. Oh, so here is fantastic footage, and I know you were talking about the WWE Vault. Here's footage of Triple H and Goldust playing WrestleMania the arcade game as The Undertaker, Bret Hart, and Razor Ramon look on. Let's see this footage. Goldust just looks like he's wanking it there.
Honestly, man, that's kind of fucking sick, though.
It's cool. I just hate how Goldust is spamming, like just pressing the button all
He's
fast.
like, oh yeah, I'm good at WrestleMania. Just low kick, low kick, low kick, low kick, low kick. He's all,
like, fuck.
I hate I know it's like when real men, we carried knives into fucking locker rooms. It's like, bro, they're still playing video games. What are you talking about?
That's funny. No,
Fucking
he's
losers.
Like, fuck this shit. It's been my turn for like 10 minutes.
It's like, is somebody gonna pin somebody already?
No, that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Let's move on here. This is Yoshihiko won the match with a double ankle lock. Kurt Angle has 24 hours to respond. So if you're just listening, it's a doll, like a wrestling doll, wrestling two dudes and giving them like a double ankle lock.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, that is so fucking funny. Kurt Angle has 24 hours to respond, huh?
He does. For the double ankle lock.
I just imagine Kurt Angle just fucking sweating, like figuring out, like, how the fuck am I gonna do this?
Here's a clip of, I guess, a $50 bill being turned into the Undertaker. And I don't want to put the audio because it's like a what is it? The Undertaker's theme music.
I'll be copyrighted.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know how if his shit's in the free domain.
It's like, nah, we won't risk it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Man, like, how do people find out that they have these talents? That's what I want to know.
Oh, at first I was like, oh my god, that's a waste of $50, but it's a motion picture $50 bill, like a fake one.
Oh, is it? How do you know?
It said on the right where he's covering it, it says for motion picture use only.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, above, like where his hat is to the right.
Oh, it's like stamped on there.
Yeah. Like where it typically says like the United States Treasury or something.
Oh, okay. Man, that looks crazy. Wow, they're on time. It's 2:00.
Right on time. It's right on time. It's right on time. But yeah, that's them turning a $50 bill into the Undertaker.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had that $50 bill, I'm buying food with it.
Dude, I haven't had a 50 in forever. Like cash. Like I've had 20s. I've had 5s.
They give me a lot of 50s at the bank. Whenever I
Really?
go cash out, they give me 50s. It's weird because I haven't seen $50 bill in a long time. I don't even know who's on the $50 bill. Is it Grant?
Yeah, it is Grant, I think.
Ayo, how did I know that? Because I got 2 50s last week.
You son of a pig.
Son of a pig. It's Betty, you son of a pig. It's Betty.
Oh, that movie's never gonna get old.
Never at all, man. I'll talk about that movie till the day I die.
This is the time Kazusuke Okada was in full gear throwing out the first pitch at a base, and he's like half naked. You know, he's like in. They make it seem like full gear, like you're wearing like your tactical vest and tactical binoculars,
like the helmets,
shit.
yeah, the night vision and shit like that.
It's like in full gear, and it's just him in like trunks and boots.
I know. They're like, thank you so much, Okada, for throwing out the first pitch. He's like, I'm cold.
I am cold. You're
I'm
welcome.
cold. Nah.
No, he's just like all along. You're welcome.
I'm cold.
I don't know.
I don't know. The children went here. What you doing here? I don't know.
I don't know. Here's 90s WWE kids. Kids these days will never understand how groundbreaking it was that The Rock's elbow pad came off and stayed off in the game. Damn.
That music went hard.
Dude, yeah, I forgot how good that music was.
What's one is Shut Your Mouth? I think it's or SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
Yeah.
Or just Bring It. One of those two.
I know one of those games. No, SmackDown versus Raw 2006, I think, was the very first like game I ever played online.
Really?
Yeah, like any game online at all. I remember it said you could play online, like connect your PS2 to the internet and play against people. And I was like, what the fuck? So I remember like putting that game on. I guess I bought it or rented it. I don't remember. But I put my internet cable into my PS2 and I remember playing a match online. And that was my first ever playing a game online.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was lagging so bad, but I was like in awe. Like, oh my god, I'm playing against other people online. Like, this was fucking crazy. It was mind blowing. In like a four-way fatal four-way.
Dude, that is fucking sick, man. I wish I got to play these games when it first came out, like online, just see how choppy it was and everything. But this always reminds me of like playing with my brother, and like we would always play like Here Comes the Pain, because Brock Lesnar, he has that one clothesline, he always goes like this and then runs for the clothesline. So it always took forever because they always fucking hit me no matter what. So I could never do the clothesline.
Bullshit.
I know, man. Flabbergasted. Blasphemy.
Do you remember the first game you ever played online? Or
I do.
I'm sure. What was that? I'm sure internet was already like kind of prevalent or out whenever you were, you know.
I did not have internet in my house until 2008. And the very first game I remember playing online was Halo 3. Halo 3 was the first one. Like, legit, I remember it was me, my brother, a couple of my friends. Like, they helped us set it up and everything. And Richard was the first one to play. And we got to play, not deathmatch. I forgot what it was called.
Capture the flag?
No, it's like the regular basic. Like,
attrition?
Oh, man, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played Halo.
Okay.
But maybe it was Capture the Flag. And then you just see someone else running toward you, and it says like their gamer tag on top, and me and Richard just geeking out. I'm like, oh shit, they're not in this room with us. What the fuck? This is crazy. Dude, but it was a lot of fun, man. Like, good times. And then eventually led to like Guitar Hero. I played Guitar Hero a lot online. That was a lot of fun too. But the very first one was Halo 3.
Dang. A classic. A vintage, fine
game.
Spinning Halo 3 in my wine glass. Yes. A vintage year.
Asbestos.
2009, yes. I don't know.
Just bleeding from the mouth already.
Cancer. Risk of cancer. Lastly, here on the botches, we got here. Let's check out this Razor's Edge. This guy's going to give us.
He's He's about to get fucked up.
Holy shit. I thought he was going to toss her, just let him come down. He fucking threw his ass down.
Well, you know, and there's another fear you can see if I scroll up, but there's like power lines up there.
Oh shit.
You see that?
Uh-huh.
So like he could have hit the power lines when he razor's edged him.
You fucking electrocute himself and die.
Dude. Like you get your body burnt instantly, but do you think none of that matters because he no-sold the razor's edge?
Yeah, man, he's killing the business. He's going to work for himself, damn it.
No, that was a pretty rowdy razor's edge.
That was
he
good,
just gets
man.
up. Yeah. He gets up, woo!
Yeah, and then he's gonna feel in the morning. Oh, because he's 30, going on 31.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna feel all of that, but
Oh man, I'm not ready, dude. I am not ready. Ugh.
I was not ready either. But yeah, it happens. But that's all kayfabe, everyone. I want to thank everyone for listening, watching, all the stuff that you do, continue to do. Appreciate Gabe for being here. He's great. Everything's great. Everyone's great. Yeah. No, what do you want to say to people, Gabe?
Happy New Year to everybody again. You know, hopefully 2025 is going in the right direction. We'll see how everything goes. And thank you again for listening to That's All Kayfabe with me and my good buddy Lorenzo. Leave us that like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, hit that notification bell, leave that 5-star review on Spotify, all that. It helps out the channel.
Hell yeah. I need to get a background of the Tokyo Dome so we could say we recorded this podcast in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh man, I should get a green screen, right? Like just a foldable one, a collapsible one, put it behind us.
Get a one that's like a green screen of a t-shirt and a green screen colored hat.
Oh,
So
but like I don't move the whole time. Like I'm just talking like this the whole time.
It is just you in it's the Tokyo Dome. Just
You put yourself in the Tokyo Dome, and you could put me in the empty arena for AEW.
boo. No. But yeah, no, we'll see you next time what we do in the Tokyo Dome. But yeah, leave those 5 stars like we're in the Tokyo Dome. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching, and we'll see you all next time on That's All Kayfabe. Take care. Bye.